snow blocking students from walking home in Hamilton County. Just ahead, we're working to find a solution.
Construction on a major hotel project in Speedway has been stalled for months. We're working to get answers from town leaders.
And we will talk with the Indiana man you just saw in the Great Christmas Light Fight about his future plans.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
Now at 5, sun rays instead of snowfall. Quite a difference from 24 hours ago.
We are left with some beautiful scenery and a great day to go sledding, but not too much warmth to go along with that sun, and much colder temperatures are on the way. Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory is tracking that for us tonight. It was gorgeous outside, Kev.
It was nice.
And very bright. You need your sunglasses, right? It reflects almost 90% of that sun that hits it. Fresh snow does. Okay, in the rearview mirror now. 7.6 inches of snow for Indianapolis. That's our two-day total. I'll share a more expansive list of snowfall totals here in just a little bit. As far as the combination of sunshine and the snow, certainly a beautiful combination through the day today. And the wind started to shake some of the snow off of the trees. There's the view. It looks cold, but it will get much colder as we go through the next 36 hours. Temperatures 25 in Kokomo and Marion, 23 in Frankfort. The snow cover and where it's the heaviest or thickest will have an impact on these temperatures as we go through Thursday morning. Temperatures did make it above freezing, for example, in Bedford and Seymour. The wind generally 10 miles per hour or less out of the west. You see the gray of cloud cover that will slip back in as we go through the nighttime hours. Temperatures down to about 23 with partly cloudy skies at 11 o'clock tonight.
Students trudging through the snow in Hamilton County. A school district employee called us to get answers about who is responsible for clearing the sidewalks. RTV6's Troy Washington is working for you to get answers.
You can't tell, but there used to be a sidewalk here before the snow covered it, making the walk home from school a hassle.
Just snow, nothing but snow.
Mitch Miller works right across from the Hamilton Southeastern District schools on Oleo, and after the snow comes down, the sidewalks disappear.
I hadn't noticed before, but yeah, they're not shoveled. So yeah, the sidewalks are completely covered.
It was a district employee that first brought it to RTV6's attention, telling us this happens each year. Snow falls on the sidewalks in front of the schools, but it's not shoveled away. In fact, the employee told us she wasn't sure who was in charge of clearing sidewalks. Miller doesn't know either.
It'd be great if they cleared it off. I can't say I know whose responsibility that is, but it would be great if they managed somehow to get the sidewalks cleared off.
RTV6 made some calls to figure out who should be handling the sidewalks. We found out Oleo is a county road, but often the city of Fishers handles the clearing of snow from the street.
We get a lot of foot traffic through here after school hours and things like that. A lot of kids walk home or walking to different places around here to eat after school.
According to Fishers, they try to get to the sidewalks, but roads are a priority. After we started asking questions, the district told us they didn't know there was concern, but from now on they'll step up to make sure sidewalks are clear for students to walk to and from school because safety matters most. Working for you in Hamilton County, Troy Washington, RTV6.
And at last check, the district was sending someone out to clear those sidewalks. Next time it snows, we will check with them to see if they are keeping them clear.
It's the major hotel construction project in Speedway that hasn't seen any action in months. We first told you back in September about the construction that came to an abrupt halt after months of progress, and we've been working to get answers about what is causing that holdup. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum is working for you, questioning the developer and town leaders about what comes next for the Wilshaw Hotel project on Speedway's Main Street.
Some people call this one of the most valuable pieces of land in the town of Speedway. And for months, this construction project has looked like this. No progress has been made. Sitting right across the street from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is this partially finished project.
They work like crazy in April, May, and then it just basically stopped.
Since then, residents and business owners have been trying to figure out why.
Everyone talks about it.
Says the sooner construction
would be great for all the businesses on Main Street.
But right now, there's no indication as to when that might be.
Wilshaw project, there's not much of an update at this moment.
This is video from the Speedway Redevelopment Commission meeting last night. Board members say the holdup is with the developer, Loftus Robinson.
They're continuing to work through their issues, and we hope to have those resolved soon.
Town leaders tell us the economic development agreement with Loftus Robinson allowed for a work stoppage of up to 180 days. But that deadline is looming. It's right around the first of the year. Town leaders have not told us what's next if Loftus Robinson violates that. We've since requested a copy of the development agreement. We'll let you know when we receive it.
It's a big piece of information that people want information, and that's probably been the most frustrating part for us. I just like to see it get going again.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
And by the way, our have not been returned. Millions of dollars in pay raises will kick in just in time for the Christmas break for IPS employees. The school district approved $31 million for teachers and staff in November. Those increases will start this week. The raises are made possible through a multi-million-dollar referendum that voters approved last year to help the school system retain quality staff. Of the $31 million, $30 million goes to teacher pay. The remaining $1 million goes to other staff members. The Pacers are back at home again tonight, but this won't be just another game at Bankers Life Fieldhouse.
It's a visit from LeBron James, this time with the Los Angeles Lakers. Brad Brown joins us now with a look ahead at what should be a lively evening there. Brad.
Hey, good evening, everyone. There's just a handful of players and or teams that garner a ton of excitement on the Pacers' schedule. Michael Jordan used to do it, Shaq and Kobe, not too long ago. For the past decade, that's been LeBron James. The Lakers come here with the league's best record, but part of the Pacers' conversation is steering toward the impending return of Victor Oladipo. At Monday's practice, we saw about as much action from Vic as we've seen at one of these sessions all season. Now, clearly, much work has been taking place away from the prying eyes of the media. The Pacers have never really given a firm timetable as to when Oladipo would return to action. The fact is, that's all probably still a floating date at this point. Vic is still being Vic, though, and he was in good spirits on Monday.
At the end of the day, it's a rehab. I mean, anybody who's going through rehab knows it's been some great days and some not so good days, but for the most part, I'm the same way every day. So cool, calm, and collective. And what happens, happens, and I'm just going to continue to prepare myself for everything and anything.
Fans will, of course, be ready when he finally does return. This is the start of a tough stretch in this second half of December. 5 of the Pacers' next 7 opponents have records that are over 500. That includes the Lakers tonight. Milwaukee, the best in the East. Pacers are there on Sunday. And the defending NBA champs, the Raptors, here next Monday. Miami and Philly still to come as well. Be some strong tests for the Pacers over the course of the next 2 weeks. I'm heading over to the Fieldhouse. We will be courtside tonight at 6. Coach Nate McMillan talking about tonight's matchup. Coach Frank Vogel on the other end of the sideline. One of the Lakers' big stars may not be playing in this one, and one local coach going for a milestone win tonight. We'll have all of that coming up for you on the news at 6. See you then.
We'll see you then, Brad. Tonight, President Trump is angrily objecting to the House articles of impeachment, accusing Democrats of, quote, perversion of justice and abuse of power in their effort to remove him from office.
And in a fiery letter today to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Trump maintains that he did nothing wrong in seeking foreign investigation of political rivals. He is attacking Democrats for focusing on impeachment rather than other issues. He claims, quote, more due process was afforded to those accused in the Salem witch trials, end quote. The House is expected to vote tomorrow on the impeachment articles.
A judge today sentenced former Trump campaign official Rick Gates to 45 days in jail and 3 years of probation. That's despite his extensive cooperation in special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia probe and other investigations. Prosecutors did not request any prison time because of his cooperation. The Justice Department says Gates has provided extraordinary assistance since pleading guilty to crimes relating to his lucrative consulting work in Ukraine.
And Ford is adding 3,000 jobs in 2 factories in the Detroit area. The company investing nearly $1.5 billion to build new pickups, SUVs, and electric and autonomous vehicles. 2,700 jobs will be added at the Michigan Assembly Plant in Wayne over the next 3 years. 300 jobs will be added to the truck plant in Dearborn. Hiring will begin next year.
Still ahead at 5:30 and only on RTV6, the widow of a fallen IMPD officer is angry after Facebook bans a video to help families of officers killed in the line of duty. We'll show you the video and the response from Facebook.
And up next, the one question to watch for this holiday season as scammers zero in on shoppers with Amazon accounts.
And 24 hours ago, it was all about snow. Now, temperature talk is forefront. Warmest day ahead, 45, but look at the coldest morning. We'll have more details straight ahead.
For only $89 for On Time.
Well, have you ordered anything from Amazon this holiday season? If so, you need to be on the lookout for one of the most common scams this month, an attempt to get your Amazon password. Consumer reporter John Mattery shows us how they do it so you don't waste your money.
Many of us are waiting for Amazon deliveries in these days before Christmas, which means we're very likely to open up an email from Amazon. But that's why it's so easy this month to fall for an Amazon phishing scam. Lisa Wang owns a wellness salon, so she orders dietary supplements every day. But one recent Amazon email stood out.
They said that you have a big shipment order, over $6,000.
She never ordered $6,000 of product at once. Lisa, like a lot of people, has an Amazon account and frequently places orders, so she did what many of us would do. She read the email.
They want me to call, there's a 1-800 number.
Since she thought it was simply an error, she called the number provided. When you first saw it, did it look real?
Yes.
The man who answered started asking her to confirm her information.
They said, okay, and give me your email on this order.
He then asked for her password, but at that point, Lisa realized something was not right.
I heard on the background, so non-English conversation behind it. It's not professional at all.
Turns out it was a phishing scam that are very easy to fall for this time of year. They're so common, Amazon now warns about these on its site. Red flags include the email calls you client or customer, not your name. The return address is not Amazon.com, and it's typically for a large amount of money, guaranteed to get your attention. Good thing Lisa got suspicious.
Kind of maybe scared.
Bottom line, be suspicious of any Amazon email about a product you did not order or are not expecting. Your best bet is to just delete, so you don't waste your money. Working for you, I'm John Mattery for RTV6.
And 1 week from tomorrow is Christmas, and not everyone has a place to go or family to spend it with. An Indianapolis coffee shop once again wants to change that. Needhammer Coffee Company on East Washington Street says due to overwhelming demand, they will once again offer free coffee and donuts and hugs from noon to 3 o'clock on Christmas Day. They did it for the first time last year. They want to provide a place for people who may be alone or lonely on the holiday.
People that are isolated or don't have any contact with family can feel very, very isolated and alone, that no one cares about them. And the idea that someone is thinking about them specifically or in general, there's something about the human condition that community breeds comfort and happiness.
And last year, they welcomed 150 people on Christmas Day, seniors, college students, empty nesters, homeless, and single parents who didn't have their children. This is free and open to anyone. The coffee shop is located at 2104 East Washington Street, a great spot there.
Yeah.
And right before the news at 5 today, you watched the finale of ABC's The Great Christmas Light Fight.
And it just so happened to feature a family from Clinton County. 90-year-old Calvin Cottrell and his family have been putting up their display at their farm Oak Lawn Acres in Rossville since 1977. There was only 1 year he missed it, and that was for medical reasons. Well, we paid him a visit to see what it was all about. Calvin says the focus of their display is on the true meaning of Christmas and the birth of Jesus. It covers about 4 acres and uses 500,000 to 600,000 lights and dozens of blow molds. It was actually started by his wife, who passed away in 1997. Now he hopes she's able to see the glow of the lights from heaven.
A lot of people ask, when you're going to quit? You know, really, there's only one person that knows, and he hasn't told me. So, as long as my health holds up and able, I aim to do it.
Well, Judge Tanya Nayak did not declare them the winner, but she thoroughly liked their display and being able to ride through it on a tractor. Calvin told us he starts putting up the lights around the 1st of October. When his farm isn't covered in lights, he's growing soybeans and corn. You can check out the display through December 29th at 3133 West County Road 800 North in Rossville. Hours are 6 to 10 Sunday through Thursday and 6 to 11 Friday and Saturday. Really,
look at that. That's incredible.
A labor of love for real, right?
Oh my
and
goodness.
It sounds like it's going on. He hasn't been told it's not. So northwest of Frankfort on 421 in Clinton County is where you find Rossville. So you think of corn maze. There's a light maze.
The light maze right there, yeah.
He's got it all.
Okay, follow your footprints in the snow. That's what you can do now if you go out walking around in your neighborhood. Greenwood, just over 8 inches of snow. These are 2-day totals. 8.1 there. Speedway 7.6. Take a look around. It's a good solid 4 to 8 inches generally for central Indiana, with either side of I-70 seeing the heaviest snowfall amounts. The coldest day is tomorrow, and then you see the arc in temperatures from there. This is the arc, though, of high temperatures, because from our very cold afternoon tomorrow, temperatures will bottom out. They'll hit rock bottom Thursday morning in the single digits. From there, we'll start our sustained and noticeable warm-up. Okay, snow off to the east. That's what we had last 2 days. No longer a concern for us. And here's our area that we've enjoyed sunshine today. But notice upstream to the north and west, we'll have clouds swing back into central Indiana tonight into the morning. That will keep our temperatures from totally bottoming out. Temperature now 29 in Indy. We made it to 32. We'll take that. 32 in Connorsville right now, where you have less snow around. Temperatures did make it above freezing in Bedford and Seymour. Say hello to Doozy. Jennifer Shirley sharing this picture with us.
Hey, Doozy.
Oh, Doozy, I see ya.
You know when it's time for bed for Doozy, when he comes rolling out of the laundry room dressed like that.
He looks good.
Temperatures in the 20s. He likes to go out in the snow briefly, then bring whatever toy he can find out there back into the house. Temperatures tonight, with the cloud cover around, will stay in the upper teens. Then tomorrow, any clouds around in the morning will zoom out of the picture. We'll be left with a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures peak really in the first half of the day. They'll be in the low to mid-20s at best. Then they just continue to fall from there. And with clear skies tomorrow night, we're set for temperatures that'll go into the single digits. These are the optimistic high temperatures during the day tomorrow. This is what we wake up to Thursday morning. Take a look around. Single digits, 6 in Indy. Temperatures not quite as cold to the south with a lack of snow cover. Then on Thursday, temperatures with lots of sunshine in the afternoon hours bounce all the way back to the lower 30s for an afternoon high. 37 or so in Bloomington and Columbus. As we look to the weekend, steady progress. Temperature up to 42 on Sunday. As you look at the 7-day planner, notice the absence of anything as far as precipitation. It's a dry 7-day forecast. Once we get most of the snow melted away and you can start to heat up the ground, then you get more efficient heating, and temperatures low to mid 40s by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday of next week.
We've paid our dues for the last couple of days.
Yes.
At least for a little bit. Thanks, Kevin. Well, more than 250 singers competed for the chance to wow the crowd before the Colts' final home game. And tonight, we know who will lead the stadium with a show of patriotism. What it took to be the Phantom winner, next.
And Keller. Right now.
Hello to you. I'm Julie Grant with Court TV, and we are in a verdict watch in the case of the state of Michigan versus defendant Stephen Washington. College student Isai E. Barones was shot to death back in October of 2018 outside of an East Lansing apartment complex after he stepped into a fight between 4 girls. Prosecutors say that Washington shot Barones during the argument, but Washington maintains his innocence. The state's star witness in the case, this guy, Ivan Keener, was unable to definitively say that Washington had a gun in his hand the night of the shooting. But Keener was able to place Washington at the scene. So will that be enough for the jury to convict? Well, both sides agreed to drop the first-degree murder charge. If Washington is convicted of second-degree murder, he could still face a penalty of life in prison. As always, you can count on Court TV for live gavel-to-gavel coverage. I'm Julie Grant. Now back to you in the studio.
A teenager from Northeast Indiana will lead the singing of the national anthem before the Colts' final home game Sunday. Now, the Colts announced today that 14-year-old Jensen Snyder of Waterloo is this year's Phantom Contest winner. She will lead the national anthem before the fan appreciation game against the Carolina Panthers. Jensen is a freshman at Garrett High School and knew from an early age that singing was in her blood. She is in her 8th year singing with the Fort Wayne Children's Choir and is a regular performer at churches, fundraisers, coffee shops, and other events. About 250 people entered this year's Phantom Contest. Congratulations to her.
Can't wait to see it there. All new at 6 p.m. here on RTV6. A woman who just passed away left an unexpected gift that will benefit many people, including students in one local county. The selfless final act of kindness and the lasting impact it will have.
But first on the Now, Indy, RTV6 is working for you and getting answers after the angry widow of a fallen IMPD officer asks for help. You're watching RTV6.